Just had to crack my back. Right. Endwalker. Let me crank up the fan because it is disgustingly hot. Alright. Hello, everybody, and welcome back to another stream that is me. There. If I'm lagging, sorry about that in advance. And if you haven't claimed your Final Fantasy rewards, they are available. Rewards are available at this current moment. Anyway, I'm right now just a little bit distracted because I'm right now downloading Zenless Zone Zero. Yeah. And my brain right now is just very distracted. But anyway, at the same time, at the same time, stuff. So, where did I leave off again? And what was I doing again? Oh, right. Yeah, my brain right now is just very distracted because I am downloading Zenless Zone Zero. So, yeah. Nice. Hang on. Cool. Did I forget, like, what I was doing, like, or, like, what my last thing I was doing? Yes, I forgot, like, how much damaged I was. But it's fine. Just gotta reset them all back to 100%. There we go. Anyway, the last thing that we were doing was literally not that one. We literally just defeated Zodiac. I completely forgot what I was doing. We literally just defeated Zodiac. And on defeating Zodiac, That man. Xenos. He absorbed a little bit of Zodiac's power. Because self. He wanted to be strong. He wanted to fight us. And at the same time, we wouldn't want to give him the satisfaction of fight. So he wants to fight us at a later date. Anyway. Here we are. In the shadows waiting. Before we speak at length, I have a change. I believe a change of surroundings is in order. Leave more than ill tidings to share, you see. I sense others arriving not long ago. Though my communication with Heidelin have grown infrequent, I have learned enough from her to know these are your comrades. Wait, my comrades are coming? As luck would have it, they have already reached my abode. Come, let us join. My comrades are here? Huh. My comrades are here. May we presume this being is native of the moon. There I asked what happened before we arrived. Well, you're about to find out, my guy. Thank goodness you are unharmed. We did what we could to subdue the tempered before making our way here. Not without casualties, unfortunately. But some few detonated explosives, killing themselves and others. The contingent healers had their hands full tending to the injured and enthralled when we took our leave. Lest you wonder, Miss Carlisle had also been delivered unto their care. Serving as a conduit for Highland's power hath taken its toll, but she will recover in due course. As for Alfred and Alexandre, they insist on remaining in Garlemald while we three rush to your aid. It appears, however, the matters have already come to a conclusion. But what matter of conclusion, if I may ask, and is this the ally whom Heidelin invade we seek out? He is not unlike the shades of Amarot. Not unlike, perhaps, but not the same. I was created by Heidelin. Together with this place, it has ever been my duty to keep vigil over Zodiac, or rather, it was my duty. I beat up Zodiac. I punched. Then Zodiac is no more? And not without consequence, I'm afraid, for how delicate weave of the star preserved by his presence will begin to unravel. If you mean to avert the final days, you shall have need of. Are you alright? My attempts to forestall Zodiac's release have all but exhausted my strength. If you might allow me to rest for a short while, I shall share with people all I can. Please do. You don't need to exert yourself on our account. These crystals contain records of your time, yes? May we peruse them while we wait? By all means. If you would review the chronologically, and I suggest beginning with those on the upper floor. I shall leave that to you, Art. Well, I see what I can glean from the crystals on these lower floors. Watcher? A moment longer, friend. Pray, view the records on the floor. I shall see if there's aught to be learned down here. This must be all their like most of their belongings. Like they were sent to live here. The director defeated while he having a complete state. That's nevertheless an impressive feat. But even if you hadn't, his demise was undeniable. Friend Danny would have seen to it one way or another. That said, he probably would have wielded Zodiac's power to wreck and hold destruction before taking his own life, making this the better of two unfavorable outcomes. Thus, I suppose our host hath to maintain a solitary vigil since the very beginning, without rest or relief. If so, these records comprise of some sort of his existence. We must needs handle them with care. As you gaze into the crystal, ancient knowledge of Zodiac flows through your mind. Daily summary, no abnormalities. Daily summary, no abnormalities. It appears the records of a log, lonely vigil on a moon, dated back to the beginning of Zodiac's imprisonment. That was a lag. As you gaze into the crystal, knowledge of the past calamities flows through your mind. Records describe how each rejoining Zodiac's thirst for freedom grew, as did the strain on the brands. Maintaining Zodiac's imprisonment appears to tax Hydrant's greatly. As you gaze in crystal, knowledge of past rejoinings flows through your mind. The record described the Watcher's efforts to prepare in the event that Zodiac broke free from his prison. The records go on to describe the maintenance carried out regularly with the Loporites, though it is not clear who or what they are. record of an unexpected visitor flows through your mind. The records note Watcher's musing with Elidibus is spotted on the moon, though clearly not for the first time. It is clear he and his brethren have a keen interest in freeing Zodiac from his prison, and yet they have made no attempt to destroy the brands. Perhaps they prefer he remain hidden from mortal eyes until the final rejoining. Perhaps they realize we would never dare bring harm to Zodiac as long as he remains imprisoned. So they didn't want to kill Zodiac, they just want to keep him imprisoned. But things got too drastic and we had to. Did you learn anything of important? So it is as expected, maintaining the balance required a great deal of her energy and focus, and this cost has grown higher with every rejoining. That would explain why the contract with her has become rather infrequent. That's explain why the contact with her has become rather infrequent since the 7th Umbral Calamity. I too made a rather startling discovery. This heavy body we know to be the moon was in fact created by Hydaelyn. When the Watcher said he was created together with this place, I thought he only meant this facility. Truly, Hydaelyn's power far beyond anything I could have imagined. I thank you for affording me this short perspective.
It is we who should thank you. The records stored here are nothing short of extraordinary. There is much we could learn of Zodiac and his imprisonment, but perhaps you could offer us more focused guidance. Pray, tell us of the calamity that came before and comes now again.
Long before the Great Southern, there was a single world, Aetherius. I hate my chair sometimes. One day, from within the earth, a terrible cry issued forth, affecting a profound change in all manner of life. We were not exempt. Our creation magics ran rampant, giving shape and form to thought of hopelessness and despair. At first, the phenomenon was limited to a single region, but quickly, so very quickly, it spread and engulfed the whole of the star.
Were the ancients ever able to deduce its source?
They were not. However, the conviction struck upon a method to predict where the next corruption would manifest. These are like energizers which flow through all of the creation in form of various currents. the currents which occurs through the lands and seas. Those which flow through the very air. And those of celestial nature which encompass both our star and this moon.
Celestial currents. I cannot say I am familiar with the concept.
Nor would I expect you to be. Few scholars of our time knew of their existences. Their existence. Their invaluable knowledge helped us to be better understanding the nature of the calamity. Like the terrestrial ones of Earth and air, the celestial currents form a vast network, but the ethereal distribution is not consistent. The convocation soon realized that the incidents occurred in regions where the flow was the weakest. Correlation without cause. Ultimately, nevertheless, on closer study, a stratagem of ether was observed in nearby currents.
And so they sought a means to harness the forces of darkness, of activity and growth. Thus was Zodiac conceived. No less a power than a god's could set right the laws of nature and quicken the flow of ether within the star.
Precisely, with the advent of Zodiac, our end was averted.
Emmett Selk claimed that those who summoned Hydaelyn did so because they saw Zodiac's power as a threat. Is that true?
Indeed, there was a faction opposed to Zodiac's creation, but their aim was never to unmake him. They understood the continued preservation of the natural order was dependent on his very existence. So we could identify and address the underlying cause of the final day, he would need remain, for his departure would set in motion those apocalyptic forces once more. Hydaelyn recognized this as well, and so rather than destroying, she sundered Zodiac, herself, and the star into lesser reflections, that she might confine him in this place. I could have sworn she beseeched me to banish the darkness. Then what she said told me the ethereal sea was false? That the two once dwelled as one until Zora grew hungry for power, upsetting about twixt them, not by a lie, though a rather gross embellishment. But knowing what you know now, you must surely realize why she might opt to obfuscate and mislead. Obfuscate. Hydaelyn and Zorak are both constructs of man, approximations of perfection, limited by only their imperfections. Zodiac was, without question, the more powerful of the two, having been born from the sacrifice of half Ethereite's population. Etherea's population. Thus was it necessary for Hydaelyn to commit herself wholly to his defeat. Still, more effort was needed to confine him. Maintaining the brands taxed her greatly. With what power she dared spare, she cried out to any who might listen. She offered her blessing to those who heed her call. Though it was unlikely within her power to do so, I believe she did not wish to speak of emeralds and her history. Etheria? Etheries. Hmm. Like Zodiac, Highland's purpose is a reflection of her creators. They wished to look to the future and not linger in a prison of the past.
The Ascians set in motion 7 rejoinings before we came to oppose them. How many more worlds would have been lost had we not placed our faith in her? How many more souls living in the present would have been snuffed out for the sake of those long dead?
Well, in light of recent events, I see no reason to doubt your words. And even if Hydaelyn is not a god in truth, if Minfilia believed that we should trust in her plans, then I choose to do just that. Which brings me to a rather important question. Let's suppose we try but fail to stop this second coming of the final days. Should the source fall, what will become of the other worlds?
An nocturne is more fitting than you know. The nomenclature is more fitting than you know. Bringing room to the source and its reflections will share its fate. Ah, it is ready. This way, if you'll be so kind. A beautiful sight, is it not?
Yes, but what is it?
Hydaelyn knew better than any that her power was not absolute. Indeed, she has ever struggled to hold Zodiac and his faithful at bay. She feared the worst and so made preparations in the event of his demise. There will be a contingency. This moon is no more than a prison. It is a vessel capable of bearing the people of Ethereals to safe harbor. Ethereals to safe harbor. You need not to go far to find its pilot. In fact, I should be happy to take you to them and fulfill my final duty as the Watcher in the Dark. Is that twin? Huh. I just looked to see like, oh look, I got some viewers, and I was like, oh look, I see twin. Hi twin. Helping hands. The time has come for you to be on your way. Of course it was. The crater at the heart of the Emporium, where Zodiac was imprisoned, is not so easily traversed. However, let us call upon Argos, the familiar you met earlier. He should have no trouble bearing you across. As Hydaelyn created me as a Gaoler, so too did she create Argos as the guard. It is in his nature to appear when needed, and yet he is nowhere to be found. Strange. Mayhap the imbalance of ether has affected him. Let us make for the crushing ground and attempt to call him upon there. You need but recall the path you walked with Argos before, and you will find your way. If he lives in service Hydaelyn's plan, I see no reason not to do as he suggested. Shall we make for the crushing ground then? The place we seek is just ahead, at the Phosphorus. You see, Argos cannot manifest without sufficient concentration of ambient ether. You would be hard-pressed to find a greater confluence than inside this cavern. Follow me. That is us live. The guard of Zodiac's prison, eh? Blood red eyes, slaring maw, and built like a behemoth, I'd imagine. Let's hope he's friendly. His entire cave is strewn with ambient ether. Alas, any further analysis will have to wait. Curious, this place stuff called Termon Palimia, home of the new moon. Yes, he rolled it nicely. The lunar swimmer draw ether from the ground, which is then dispersed in the air. At present, however, the ambient energies are not quite sufficient for Argus to manifest. Might you be willing to spare some more of your own to help these Spongy along? Okay. It's a doggo. Argus manifested in flesh. He seems glad to see you again. Got my blanket. A most fascinating creation of Heidelin, would you not agree? Should the need arise, he is even able to create reflections of himself on a whim. Though I assure you, it is not reflection which accompanied you earlier to the brand. No, Argo was quite eager to be by your side, as he is now, it seems. I cannot recall when the last you showed such an affinity for anyone. Indeed, I thought him more likely to shy away from you and your companions. Perhaps it was more than a sense of duty that compelled him to you before. As for your companions, unexpected, but greatly appreciated. I believe we are all ready. Then let us return outside, that you may cross the chasm. I was expecting something a little more intimidating and less man's best friend. To whom was Alice entrusted the command of so grand a vessel, I wonder? Talmud has long been described as the loyal hound of Menfina due to its relation to the greater moon. It seems highly improbable, or if not impossible, for ancient ones to have known of Argus, but now I wonder whether there's some connection. Argus favors you with what could almost be described as a conspiratorial grin. Your destination is a structure there across the Cradle of Darkness. Climb onto Argus's back. He will take care of the rest. Once you arrive, it will not take long to find the ship's crew. The facility is designed to ruse them from their slumber in the event of Zodiac's destruction. Heed their counsel. Together you may guide the star and its people to a kinder fate. This is where we part ways. But know that I shall ever be watching and praying for your success. I realize that, assured notwithstanding, we cannot be certain what awaits us on the other side, so perhaps it would be best if we did not all go at once. I propose the two of us crossed first while Thancred and Noriange wait here. Onward! Magazine with ether yet premise from the crater, remnants of Zodiark's most like. Just a little further. The structure's enormous, so it's hardly surprising given the size of the average armor Amarotian. I say that right. Apologies for the wait. Right. And let us head inside. And oh. Most intriguing. A means by which he can surface energy mayhap. I certainly wouldn't want him to blink out of existence on our account. Helpful as he's been. Thank you, Argos. We'll take things from here. Stay here where it's safe, alright? If Argo is to remain without, let us not keep him waiting over long. I need an Argos. I want an Argos. Why does this look familiar? Its scales were, reminiscent of Armut, or rather, Rubicon we visited on the first. Really a marvel beyond description.
Our moonship pilot should be around here somewhere. Is that right?
Hmm. No.
Look lively, everyone!
That is cute.
I know. This 1243rd inspection is a mite ahead of schedule, but it is of the utmost importance. For Zodiac, alas, is no more. As of now, our mighty moon has a new purpose: to bear the people of Etheris.
Etheris.
Our time has come, my friends.
Squeak, squeak. It's a mouse and a
We
rabbit.
must be swifter than swift. There is much to do before our guests arrive. I expect your workstations to be immaculate. And don't forget to relay our signal to Aetheris. Questions? Yes? No? Maybe so? No? Then hop to it!
Aetheris.
'Tis a rather curious crew she hath chosen. Their endearing forms intended to ease the passengers' hearts, perhaps.
Perhaps.
Perhaps. Why? Who? Who said it was a good idea for cute little mouse to be the passengers? Sorry, for the crewmates. Who said? Heidelin, which version of you said it was a good idea? I find Aria's reasoning somewhat flimsy, but the crew seem immaculate enough. Given the present crisis, Heidelin and Atlas sought to facilitate cooperation betwixt pilot and passenger. Indeed, would require a heart as hard as a diamond to raise one's voice in anger to beings proceed at such profound serenity. Says he is still struggling to comprehend the spectacle he has just witnessed. They must be Loprats mentioned in the Watcher records. Not at all what I expected, but the Watcher did bid us heed their counsel. I assumed the one who gave the rousing speech was their leader, so we might have to ask in order to track him down. Come then, let us be about it. Aww. Lovrats appear to have set their task. Whether there's a leader, I wonder. So here I am, eagerly waiting for your page. Awesome. They're so tiny. Such a fascinating apparatus. Though it's hard to believe it could have so many crew members. Even so, there is nothing else here to suggest types of accommodation. Where's Thancred? Sorry, where's Thancred? Where is he? There you are. Saw them from a distance, but their fur was brown, if that helps at all. No. No, it doesn't. It's like, the fur was brown, does that help? They're all brown. Be more specific. The leader of the crew? Not me, I'm afraid. Singaway is the name. Singaway. I'm in charge of the construction and maintenance of the outer crypts. Only the crypt's cleanest air for the people of Aetherius. And that's a promise. Alright. No. Sleeping where my job is. Perhaps I better ask. So what was my job again? There has to be some. Snappy. How in the... When did you get here? Who let you in? Why was I not told? Take me to your leader. Were you the one giving order? What was I supposed to be? You're humming? If one can even call it that, an atrocity off key, it sounds more like this. Sorry, I had to. As leader of the Lovecrafts, I cannot allow substandard attempts to musically to go unremarked, even if you are a guest. But being a magnanimous sort that I am, I'll forgive you this once. Well, looks like you beat us here. Your friends, I'll take it. Is this all of them? A group comprised entirely of children. What must their parents be thinking? This isn't a nursery after all, but perhaps we should build one. Or did we not build one already? Wait, they think we're children? No matter. You needn't worry, your pretty little heads. All will be well, I promise. But goodness me, we shouldn't be standing up about gawping. I must take you to meet the others. If you could run along back to the entrance, you'll find a path that leads to the central platform on the upper floor. There's no wrong way to reach it, but it is a large, glowing ball at the center, if you should find yourself lost. I shall gather the others and we meet you there. Well then, back to the upper floor it is. We just got called kids. Apparently, okay. I'm not it. Oh, okay. Ay. The avian prison and destiny of the spear are quite similar to the crystalline concept we've seen before. It shares a capacity for storing memories and knowledge. Given their size, getting from one end to this place must be exhausting. I honestly don't know how they do it. It's astonishing how the Lovecrafts, despite their diminution, are able to maintain such gargantuan facilities. Visitors, at last, welcome!
Right, of course. Introductions are in order. Ahem. My name is Livingway, and we are the Lotharites. Created for the express purpose of commanding this ship and bearing the people of Aetheris to a brave new world. More specifically, I am the one whom she charged with the execution of her most vital plans. You might say I'm her right paw. Mapping Ways, the name. Map reader and navigator of the heavens.
Pleasure to meet you all, but I'm still trying to make sense of this.
Confusion and bewilderment are completely understandable. Fear not, I shall walk you through it. The people of Aetherius, through no fault of your own, I'm sure, set in motion a series of events that, unfortunately, culminated in Zodiac's obliteration. Acutely aware of the imminent crisis, your parents sent you little ones on ahead while they began the necessary preparations.
Seriously, am I being called a child?
Still not following? No? Very well, I shall elaborate further. Here, we have Aetherius, your home, and the moon, where we are now. Without Zodiac around to keep things lively, so to speak, the celestial currents of the star have doubtless begun to degrade. A calamity of apocalyptic proportions will be visited upon Aetherius, bringing an end to all life. Very sad, that.
So too hath the Watcher claimed. By thine unperturbed countenance, I gather this eventuality was anticipated.
The doom and gloom. Oh yes, quite expected. Imagine, if you will, that Aetherius is a delicious carrot that I've forgotten to eat and left out in the midday sun. The most earnest wishes or prayers will not stop it from rotting to the core. So sadly, there's nothing to be done but to abandon said carrot, Aetherius, in case the metaphor is lost on you, to its grisly fate.
And this moon will serve as the vessel to deliver us to a new home.
Just so! We will gather up as many people, supplies, and resources as our stores will hold. And then, once everyone is aboard, it's off to another star. Easier said than done, admittedly, for one does not simply hop from star to star on a whim, which is precisely why we've spent countless years constructing the most propulsive of propulsion systems. We ought to make it to our destination in 2 shakes of a rabbit's tail.
Impressive technology. I dare say it is beyond anything we have ever seen.
No need to shower us with praise. All we've done is faithfully carry out the instructions left to us by Hydaelyn. Back in the old days, when she was still just Venar, she was dedicated to the study of the world and its inner workings. And the Watcher, the real one, not the simulacrum you met, was one of her fellow researchers. We and this wondrous vessel masquerading as a moon are products of their knowledge and know-how.
There's certainly more to you all than meets the eye. Might I ask where exactly you intend to take us?
We identified a few promising candidates for resettlement some time ago, but we cannot guarantee that they are fit for habitation. Moreover, the ship can only travel in short bursts. We intend to go down our list, hopping from star to star, until we find one suitable for resettlement. No need to worry, though. The vessel is being refurbished with accommodation for an extended stay as we speak. While we did have to rely upon outside help to determine what amenities were essential, I dare say we have risen to the challenge.
Help? From who?
From you and yours! Who else? Each time we woke to perform regularly scheduled maintenance, we were greeted by the resources you sent us. What better way to learn about preferences and proclivities of our present-day charges? Ah, but you're still adorable little children. Perhaps your elders were responsible for the deliveries.
I'm not sure what led you to conclude otherwise, but I can assure you that we are all grown men and women. And I very much doubt my elders know this place exists, much less how to send you so much as a starlight missive.
What? Then who in blazes let you on my moon? Heidelin herself led you here. You don't say! Well, that's really not children. Then why are you so small and stunted? Little baby carrot people.
Well, Amarotines were a great deal taller. In the present day, persons of such prodigious size are exceedingly rare.
So, you're saying everyone's not like the Watcher?
No.
Oh, confound it all! Someone could have at least scribbled a note about your profound miniaturization.
That tome in thy possession.
Oh, this? One of the first books sent to us. A compendium of the people of Atheris, with a few blank pages at the back for minor corrections and updates as needed. The sum total of our knowledge of your kind is contained in these pages. I thought it was abridged and made small for our benefit, but this isn't a regular-sized book, is it? Building Way, can you hear me? Yes, we're all very busy. Change of plans. I need you to rebuild the domiciles at 1/3 the scale. All of them. Yes, all of them, and but me no buts. See to it with all speed.
Perhaps you could tell us a bit more about your terrestrial collaborators.
Yes, in due time. But first, I'd like to hear more about you, if it's all the same. I'd rather not risk any other complications due to outdated knowledge of our passengers-to-be.
Needed knowledge. Anyway. So the question is that like who's their collaborators that have been sending them stuff? I swear to God, if it's the forum that knew about this, don't you think that maybe you should have just told us about this? Oh my God, if it's the forum that knew about the moon, I'm gonna be so upset because the Warrior of Light works with Heidelin. So it's like we not like because basically it's like the Warrior of Light works with Heidel, and Hylan herself brought me here. She set up the entire passage between the moon and Aetherius. Aetherius. Yes, she set up the passage between Aetherius and the moon. Like, she wants us to be here. So if that's the case, granted, the reason why she did that was because people were going to Zodiac. But she kind of foresaw that. Like, all the way back, like, at the end? No. Yes. The end of almost towards the end of Shadowbringers, the beginning of Endwalker. So she already foresaw it. But if that's the case, the forum knows about you. Why didn't the forum tell us? Stop theorizing and play. Okay. Right then. Now that you're here, you need to teach us all you can about your people, and quickly. It won't be long before the final days are upon us. So the final days are coming. That is a fact. Are upon us in all their tale and grandeur. It is imperative that we are prepared to receive our passengers to be. So Hydaelyn is right. The final days is approaching. It's just killing Zodiac sped up the process. If there's anything at all that may displease them, it must be addressed post haste, and addressed it shall. Here at Bestways Borough, we have assembled everything required to offer our guests the best way forward. we have produced myriad of amenities, we understand to be essential to the day-to-day living, and I wish to hear your opinions on them. I'm sure you've all worked up an appetite, so why don't we start with foodstuffs? Meet me at the Curatorium, and we'll see about filling your bellies. She does not want for enthusiasm, nor the notion of Etherea's rotting to its core. Being a matter of choice is rather concerning, though. Nevertheless, let us take this opportunity to more learn about the lawful rights and this vessel. That actually scared me a little bit. Wait, it's further down still. Still? So right here then. Right? Neat. Helping, yawning. That's cute. I'm not gonna deny it. Like, it is very cute. I like this. So this bears resemblance to the Ethereorite back at Eden. Yeah. More stuff that gives me resemblance to Eden. Like, well, not just Eden, Novaront. The question is, how the hell do you know about Novaront? Well, we'll take them to the Curatorium. Here we create prototypes and various sundries required by our soon-to-be passengers. Allow me to introduce a hand of our foodstuff production. Cooking way, pleasure to meet you all. Our work has involved no small amount of trial and error, but after many, many cycles of painstaking labor, I dare say we have created the finest cuisine our guests could have asked for. I've learned all about the essential nutrients for a healthy, balanced diet from the reference materials we have received. Why I've practically worn the words from those individual invaluable pages. Naturally, we also consider ease of growth and production. We will not want for ingredients. I must insist you try some. We have fresh stock recently prepared on the account of, well, because we just woke up, and we're all quite famished. Up along the platform here, and you'll find a storage unit bursting with delectable delights. Help yourself to anything you like. Alrighty. Wait. This is a platform? This is a platform. I managed. From the sword, find rainbow colored assortment of carrots. Ominous. Crimson carrot. Yes. The crimson Persian belly, its strange weight, its length and girth only compound the mystery, leaving you perplexed as to the nature of this carrot. Yes. On second thought, you elected to simply take an large carrot for now. Due to its breeding quality, it will be prudent to ask Cooking Way whether it's safe to eat first. I wanted to eat it. I wanted to eat the ominous crimson carrot. Ooh, eat the carrot. Broke my ankles. So, did any of your selections set your mouth watering? Even there are likely to swoon at the sight of so grand a carrot. That or be offended by all those who assume that they would. It sounds like a dick joke. Ah yes, fine choice. One of my personal favorites, actually. Please, dig in. I'm eager to hear what you think. Yes, I'm eating. With great intention, you take a bite of the carrot. The carrot is oddly tender. You begin to chew. A rich aroma fills your nostrils. A newfound vigor begins welling within you. The rumbling of your stomach, however, suggests it may simply be indigestion. Wait, what? Iron carrot, suddenly find yourself full of vim and vigor. What do you think? Unlike anything you've tasted, yes? The iron carrots can be a bit difficult to digest, but the boost of endurance it promises makes a perfect meal before a day of heavy lifting. We have plenty of other facilities too. Bleeding carrots to improve blood flow, dream carrots to help with sleep. You see, we have a carrot for every occasion. These carrots are extraordinary. What if I don't like carrots? I can certainly see this demand this in Charlene. Charlene, what in blazes is that? I take it you too had a wide assortment of carrots to choose from, and not else. If I may ask, what exactly did this collaborator share with you about the cuisine of Etheria? Surely you are aware we have an abundance of dishes and foods you could emulate. Of course we are, but well, it's only quite recently that we established contact. How recent? Even holding a conversation with a struggle at first, so imagine our surprise when they sent a mountain of books and documents and with no clear instructions. The sheer amount of information was overwhelming. It wasn't for that encyclopedia I found. We found we would have been lost where to begin. And so we decided rather than divide our resources to prepare a variety of middling, unfortunately unsatisfying meals, it would be more efficient to devote our efforts to the production of a single perfect food. That's all well and good, but man cannot live on raw carrots alone. Have you considered cooking them? You mean steaming, boiling, roasting, and like? I suppose we could prepare the carrots in other ways, but our primary concern was efficiency, and that's more efficient than sinking your teeth into a carrot fresh from production? A rather strange approach. I take for the one named Cooking Way, is it? Well, technically speaking, Cooking Way isn't my given name. When first created, we were all in Old Tongue, you know? The other wines impenetrable paradise, the Watcher speaks. After we received the great tome of words, a dictionary that is, from our collaborators, we learned your language. Adverbs. Oh no. Your words, presence, present continuation, verb conjunctions, the basics. Then we found the terms related to our given task and used them to form new names. Aren't they helpful? No, not really, but it does explain a great deal. Wherefore did they kind deem such a change necessary? When the rest of your people arrived, we came... What? When the rest of your people arrive, we want to be certain they understand immediately what each of us does. You'd never be able to pronounce our original names. Anyway, okay, well, so when they arrive. I see. I hope our critiques, such as they are helpful to you. Though if you should decide to preserve flora and fauna from Aetherius as well, you would be able to offer the passengers a more balanced diet. Until such a day, one I pray comes sooner than later, it would appear there is naught but carrots on the menu. Carrots. Just carrots. Living ways to show you more of the moon's wonders. I think we had our fill for carrots for now. Let's move on the other necessities, shall we? Our clothing production is surely to impress. This way! Seriously, I feel like ever sent them the books and tomes and all that stuff, they just were like, you know what? We're just gonna fuck with them. We're just gonna fuck with everyone. Oh my god. That is old music. Here we are, the Imperial Production Station. We've chosen to employ traditional methods for the task, creation magics. Hydaelyn in her infinite wisdom blessed us with the self-same affinity for magic. The people opposed we have an amazing talent, of course, and I know you're you're dying to hear about them. But I'll regurgitate you with the details another time. That said, we did run into a spot of trouble at first. Our magics alone was not sufficient to see our work done. In the end, we discovered crystallization ether was a powerful catalyst that could provide us with the devices we needed. Man, I'm resourceful. Oh, the sweet sound of recognition. You will also be impressed to hear we've read all about your habit of changing attire to match your chosen profession. For the sake of efficiency, I presume, this has also been taken into account with our designs. But take my word for it, when you can simply try on our clothes. Make yourselves known to the workers, and we'll see to the rest. Totaro is not going to... It's not going to be happy. Ah, it's you. One of the visitors from Aetherius. Goodness me, Mappy wasn't kidding. You really are smarter than a Watcher. Oh, right. We are here to try out the set of clothes, yes? Would you prefer me to have fashion for you today? Let's try fashionable and refined. Assemble. Outfit that embodies my blood. Something simple yet functional. Let's do this one. Fashionable. Right. Ahem. This will only take a moment. Okay. There we are. All finished. A perfect fit. I do say myself. Be honest, I know nothing of fashion, let alone fashion of Aetherius, but I wager no one down there has ever worn anything like this fine assemble. Perhaps we can start a new trend. Would you look at that? Sweet just. And there I thought you might not like it. If you might try something else, why not speak with my fellow artisans? I'm sure they'd happy to oblige. Okay. I was about to say, it's like, what? No one said you'd be coming. How may I help you? You wish I could try on my clothes, really? Of course, it'll be an honor. Did you have anything in mind? Got anything more fun? I'm looking for the clothes with an altogether different design. I think I can handle that. Let's see. This should do. Some of my best work yet. Times and tastes truly have changed. It used to be so rare for anyone to request clothing with a focus on form that over function. Truly, I spare no concept of or robes using different fabric. I think it looks rather fetching. What's with the master? I was worried how the concept would turn out, but what's the proof? But it looks stunning on you. You won't go and show Living Way. I'm sure she's eager to. Won't you go and show Living Way? I'm sure she's eager to see what you come up with. Can I try on like different outfits? Okay, yeah, I can. My, don't we look splendid? The result of much trial and error, I know. I'll do work when I see it. You needn't speak. I can see your adoration for the moon and we love birds in your eyes. No doubt your friends feel the same, having sampled our creations. Sure. Sorry to have kept you waiting. They insisted we sample all their concepts ere we returned. Alrighty. Dissonance subtle, most becoming. Yeah. I think it's past time we return these clothes. I was so confident that our garments would meet your approval. Whatever are we doing wrong? The Watcher taught us that in his time everyone wore the same robes. To do otherwise was against social etiquette. We thought we could appeal to a modern taste by tailoring the robes to a specific profession, but... Please, you mustn't be so hard on yourself. Should we resort to evaluating the people of Aetherius? They will most certainly have need of your attire. Tis clear you spend no effort in addressing our needs, but you must understand that we are not quite so homogeneous. Speaking for myself, what I wear better suits my taste, even if it's of inferior make. But there are others whose choices may be influenced by tradition or personal experience. But rather than make assumptions for the whole, you must consider the individual and their potential preferences. I fear we have underestimated the complexity and diversity of your people. Even if we memorize every tome we received, I doubt we find that much better. Maybe what you're doing, your diverse disservice trying to shower you with our baubles and flipperties, thinking it was for your benefit when you'd be better off on your own. There was some who might agree, people who prefer to keep others at arm's length, even when they know they shouldn't. As one such former fool, I'd like to ask you a question. This plan to evaluate and escape the final days, did it account for the reflections of the source as well? Not that I'm aware of. We were born of Heidelin's love of Aetherius, and the salvation of the people of it on the star, and that star alone, has ever been our aim. Surely it's better to devote ourselves to saving one world than to divide our efforts across 14 and risk failing them all. I suppose you're right. Living away. Might we have leave to explore the best ways burrows and unattended? You has given us much to think about. Why, certainly. Until later, then. If I may, I'd like to accompany thee a while longer. Really? I mean, you're more than welcome to. There was actually something I wish to speak to you about. Let's be off then, shall we? Hmm. Not much. I wasn't trying to spy or anything. Everyone's been talking about the visitors from Aetherius, and I wanted to see what all the fuss was about. I was excited at first, but now I'm a little worried. What if people at Aetherius refuse to come? What if we can't save them? It's clear we've made a mess of things. Oh, but wait, you still haven't visited our domiciles. Once you've seen them, you'll understand how wonderful the moon truly is, I'm sure of it. I'll be waiting for you at the teleporter near the entrance. Oh, and the name's growing by the way. See you soon. You really are here. Thank you so much. Sorry, what should I call you? Locke, Artie Locke. Hey, Crikey, even your names are amazing. Well, Artie, we've been using this teleporter to enter the residential area. Whenever you're ready.
Ready in the teleporter.
Hmm.
Huh? Access to living quarters restricted due to reconstruction. Then where is it? Oh no!
A private audience, as thou didst request, for reasons I know not.
Just a precaution. I'd rather I didn't have to ask the question at all, but I take my responsibilities very, very seriously. Do you and your friends, by any chance, find our accommodation wanting? Be honest, brutally even.
'Twould be ungracious of me to belittle the efforts of thee and thine.
Lovely sentiment, really. But the disappointment is writ plain on your comrades' faces. It's all the more frustrating since no one will come out and say what they find wanting. If there are faults in our work, we need to know. We will do better. But time is not on our side. The final days will wait for no one. If your people are to be saved, we must take quick and decisive action. This vessel must serve as a home for as many passengers as possible, for far longer than we may like. Which brings me to my request. Our collaborators on Aetherius are doing what they can to prepare for the voyage. Would you be willing to go and lend them a hand? Having seen the moon for yourself, you could speak to its many splendors, learn what else they might require, and assuage whatever concerns they have.
Wherefore wouldst thou entrust me with such a task?
How to put it? You're the only one who appears not to be wholly unsatisfied with our work. Or quite good at pretending that's the case, at least. Calm, collected, tactful to a fault. Very particular with your words, too. You understand that, in the face of great danger, one cannot pursue perfection at the expense of practicality. The difficult choices must often be made for the greater good.
And so fate doth conspire to set my feet upon this path once more.
Come again?
Idle musings. 'Tis no trifle, thou dost ask. Yet full well do I understand the urgency and necessity.
Oh, dear me! Dear me! I was terribly sorry for the mix-up. It's a bit of a malfunction. I hadn't realized the residential quarters were inaccessible, you see. But you're still in one piece. So, all's well that ends well, yes? Won't happen again. I promise.
That was embarrassing. I promise to be more careful from now on. Since the residential quarters are closed for now, I've rerouted the teleporter to allow travel between floors instead. However, it proves useful in the meantime. My shame. You couldn't see it, though. You really would have liked it. It may seem not like it, but we've been planning for this far longer than I care to admit. Each time we woke up, we've long discussions about how to save us as many of you as we can. But like everyone had an opinion on this and that. But the one thing we all agreed upon was the people of Aetherius wouldn't take action to save themselves until it was far too late. That's why we're striving to make the moon a vibrant, magical place they'd had a chance to visit, rather than waiting for the Flins of Oblivion to take them off their tails and force them to accept our invitation. The residential quarters may not be up to the necessary standards just yet, but there are plenty of other places worth seeing. You've already looked at the Cartorium, but wait until you see what's waiting for you at the east end of the borough. Follow me. Good, you're here. Through this door is the greatest Endsville. It was named such because it's the veil to the end of all veils, the most beautiful forest you'll ever see. We understand people of Aetherius enjoy taking leisurely walks through natural spaces and the like, so I'm sure you'll enjoy it. How about we start with a nice stroll to the fountain this way? This is beautiful. This is very beautiful. But nothing is green. Like, obviously green tiles, but nothing is nature. There's no trees. Well, artificial lamppost-like trees, but like nothing that says nature. Like that of Grandania. There's water flow. But no trees. No grass. No dirt. What is it, Skype yet? Well, technically, it's in the sky. It is a moon. So, what do you think of the forest? Isn't it positively splendid? Simply sublime? I don't see forest or trees. I didn't see any. Wait, you mean those crystal things out there? Just transcendent as burying your face into a chocobo's plumage and taking a good long whiff. That's actually okay. You're pulling my tail. You're in the forest right now. Building this place was a challenge, let me tell you, since we were born here. We've never seen trees in person, let alone a forest. The information sent by your collaborators were quite enlightening, but after much deliberation, we decided to use crystalline constructs in place of living trees. And thanks to the atmospheric circulation system, this place produces air as clean as you find a forest on Ethereus. The fountain behind us, powered by a rather large crystal adorning its top, plays a vital role in supplying us with fresh water. Much time and effort was spent making it the most spherical of spheres, and, I dare say, an unparalleled roundness speaks for itself. I enjoy nothing more than a nice long stretch, and I spot a realization whenever I come here. You look like you could do with the stretch yourself. As a spirit, I feel more relaxed simply watching you. A sight worse than many years spent building this place. If it's not too much to ask, it's always been a dream of mine to take a walk through this forest with someone from Ethereus. Could we, maybe? Casper, you will? Oh, by still my quivering whiskers. Be still my quivering whiskers. Your side. Yeah. Alright, let's go. I was thinking, Art, that I could be more helpful to you by teaching you a little about the moon. What does it do? And when we first created the moon's sole purpose was to hold Zodiac, and there was absolutely nothing to be found here. Eventually, Highland gave us our task: finish the moon with propulsion systems capable of facilitating travel to other stars. It sounds impressive, and I suppose in some respects it was. It is, but it was only possible thanks to all the knowledge Heidelin shared with us. We also had a lot of time to get it done. 6,000 years, give or take. Jesus Christ. But anyway, let's keep going. Oh, what? I'm not sure what to tell you with the crystals and ethereals, but we don't eat them. And certainly not this one is, but... So the 6 elements, wind, lightning, fire, earth, ice, and water. We use these crystals like these to maintain the moon's elemental equilibrium. It's worth mentioning, though, that because Heidelin's influence being the embodiment of tranquility and stasis, and all the manipulating the elements here is different than he might be on Ethereus. A conjuring of fire would sooner dry your clothes than singeing them, for example, but simply the ethereal conditions are ill-suited to growth, which is why the surface is mostly barren. Of course, it is still necessary to keep the raging energies of Zodiac in check. This may come as a surprise, but we didn't begin building the habitat areas until the propulsion system was ready. Considering how long it took, I wish we started sooner. We would have thought we need 4,000 years to make this. It certainly wasn't work you dare rush either. We had to create infrastructures and countless supporting systems, some of which wouldn't be operational until hundreds of years later. And then there were brief periods where we predictably came to a screeching halt, when the bizarre red satellite was sent up from Aetherius, the Algium's mischief, I think. We thought maybe some new nefarious actor was colluding with Zodiac. All we could do was stand by and brace ourselves for the worst. I couldn't tell you how relieved we were when Highlands informed us its destruction. Oh yes, there was much joyous humming that day. So, and say, do you notice anything particular about the treetops? I mean, apart from the fact that there are massive crystals and not trees? I'll give you a hint. It's a golden ring emanating from the spheres, along with the device fixing near the ceiling. They fulfill the world's cylinder to our sun, and do so better even. The sun and the similar crystal devices are great expanses of radiant energy that is harmful to our bodies. Your bodies. These rings shield you from the energy, while allowing you to bathe in perfect amount of sunlight, or rather, a close approximation, but pretty impressive, wouldn't you say? Oh, and if you look closely, you'll see different types of trees. Have ever so slightly different cultivation. Yes, indeed. This forest truly is the greatest. Like, I'm just right now thinking about something, and something that our friend told me. Anyway, there was something else I wanted to tell you about. Oh, right. Propulsion seems to inhabit facilities were complicated around 2,000 years ago, and with that, the most important features were fit for purpose, which was all well and good, except we still knew absolutely nothing about the present-day people of Aetherius. Why not go and visit your series yourself, you might ask? Strictly forbidden. Were our technology or knowledge of the moon's true purpose exploited for evil, and the result could be disastrous. Well, kinda did get, thanks to the not the Charlians, the Garlarians, Garlands. In a sense. Then there were a few more rejoinings, but it became increasingly difficult to convince with Heidelin. Fearful we might lose the ability to communicate with her altogether, we beseech her to find people on Aetherius who we could trust to help. We were quite fortunate everything worked out as it did. So that was her calling to the Warriors of Light. With the extension of routine inspections and maintenance, we remained asleep and waited, hopefully Heidelin would find someone who would help us. Eventually she did, and though her power was waning, we were able to speak with them directly for a short while. We shared with them everything we could, including our knowledge of the heavens and means to travel here to the moon. They certainly didn't waste any time with what we taught them. No more than a few years after that, the collaborators found that means to convey messages and supplies to us from down below. With all the letters, books, and other resources they sent, we've learned enough to start making more meaningful changes to the moon. And now you're here. Hopefully you enjoyed yourself as much as I am. Who is their collaborators? I knew you'd like the greatest anvils. I knew it. Thank you again for coming along, by the way. I know it was just a walk through the forest, but it meant a lot to me. There you are. I take it you received the Grand Tour? A shame you missed it. Right away, I've been looking all over for you. Oh, is it about the teleporter to the Resentral area? No, never mind that. We have more pressing matters at hand. I'll be calling an emergency meeting shortly, and your attendance is required. Really? I can't imagine why you need me there, but if you insist. We won't be long, so all more than welcome to continue looking around the barrel. Now come along your own way. Before we arrived, you seemed to be in the midst of a rousing conversation with your guide. Did you learn anything important? They've spent 12,000 years preparing for this? And with the opportunity for Hast approaching, I can certainly understand their restlessness, but still. It remains to be seen if the people can be persuaded to evacuate when there are yet no signs of the final days. What's more, the technology of this place defies imagination. I doubt there are many who readily come to terms with living in such surroundings. Whoever these collaborators are, unless they're possessed the world's most charming personalities or a means to forcibly evacuate people, they will meet with a great deal of resistance. Indeed, even if faced with annihilation, the decision to forsake all one knows cannot be made lightly. Forgive me, my friend, but I must beg your leave. There's another matter which yet begs for my attention. Of course, we can accompany you if you like. Nay, that will not be necessary if you excuse me. It is clear the difficult decision is lie ahead of us. Preparations of the evacuation of Aetherius is indeed crucial, but I'm not yet willing to forsake our world, its reflections, and I don't trust. And I trust I'm not alone in my arrogance. Alrighty, back to old tricks. Oh god damn it. Alright. Anyway. The urgency drains you more so than usual. I mean, I know he was portrayed by keeping his own counsel, but I'd be lying if I said I wasn't worried. You should go and see if he's alright. Yashtola and I will remain here and see what else we can learn about the final days. If you hurry, perhaps you can catch up to him. Alright. I will be right back, as I have to do some things. But I'll be right back. Don't worry. I'm not sure when what time I'll come back, but I will come back. But yeah, for now, I hope you enjoyed the stream. Cheers.